All right, awesome. Here we go, girls. Well, welcome to tonight's team call. I am super excited to chat with you all a little bit about working through your week, helping you to find some focus and answer any questions that you may have at the end. So if there's something that has been kind of on your mind or that you're struggling with or that you would just like some guidance on, please put that in the chat so that you don't forget it. And then I will go through the chat at the end of the call, okay? What I would really like to talk about first is setting up our week because we're all home. So it's not a lack of time, but more so a lack of focus and how easily we can become distracted by all the other things that need to be done around the house or with the kids, or just because we maybe don't feel overly motivated because we are home and it's super easy to curl up with a book or binge watch Netflix or a movie or whatever. So it is so important for us to set our focus for the week, okay? So I want you to think about, what do you have going on in your daily routine right now? And what are you going to need to focus on? So when is going to work for you to work your business? What time in the day? Like, do we need to get up before the kids get up or before the day really starts? Are we going to be able to work midday, like at lunchtime? Or are we going to kind of hustle in the evening? And I will be honest with you, I used to hustle in the evening. And when I first started growing my business, once the kids went down, I dedicated an hour to an hour and a half to growing my business. I'm not going to say that that's maybe the best way, just because if you are not super disciplined and you're trying to create a routine, it is super easy to say, I'm really tired. It's been a day. I'll do it tomorrow. And then tomorrow you feel exactly the same at the end of the day. I'm really tired. I will do it tomorrow. Fortunately for me, I'm very type A. So even on the days I was tired, I was pretty disciplined most of the time. Not all the time, but pretty disciplined when I was doing it that way. So if you know like we all know ourselves, so just be honest with yourself. If you are not disciplined enough to make yourself get X, Y, and Z done before you allow yourself to go to bed, then you have to look at where else you have time in your day. And you guys, I'm not saying you have to find an hour right now. Like if you are doing nothing right now to grow your business, set aside 15 minutes. Do one of those power packets. Set aside 30 minutes. You have to start somewhere and you have to build momentum and empower yourself with something that's doable. If an hour seems like, oh my God, I just can't add another hour to my day, I just don't know where I can do it, even if it was broken up into power packets, you're setting yourself up for failure. So start somewhere. If you show up and do 15 minutes, one of those power packets every single day, imagine the growth that you will see not only in yourself and your confidence, but also in your business. Now, you're not going to build a six-figure income on 15 minutes a day, okay? I think we can all understand that that is not a realistic correlation. Like if we want six figures, we are going to have to put in time that matches six figures. But right now we have to start where we are, and we have to build that discipline and that consistency within our day. So start there. Make it a focus for this week. I'm going to promise myself to show up and do at least one 15-minute power pocket every single day, starting today. Okay? Starting tomorrow, starting on Monday, every single day, no matter what, without fail. And if I have more time in the day and I find myself just scrolling Facebook or I'm binge watching Netflix and nothing that's doing anything for my mind, then I'm going to do another power packet while I kind of listen to Netflix in the background. Okay? You have to start somewhere. You don't have to totally cut out the things that you maybe enjoy doing right now, because we all need to have that release. But I also want you to be honest with yourself and be realistic about truly showing up for yourself, because this business is so much on belief, and you guys hear me talk about that all the time, but it's not easy for anyone, and it doesn't just happen. It happens for those who show up and who build belief in themselves, who do the work on themselves, and who show up consistently for themselves, okay? So we have to create that discipline to show up because we owe it to ourselves. We became a coach and we said we wanted to be here for a reason. So we have to tap into that reason. Was it income? And do not feel icky or shallow if you're motivated by money, because money, you guys, money makes the world go round. And money is something that so many people give this negative connotation to, or feel like it's icky because you want more things. But why do you want more money? Is it because you want to give your children a life that you didn't have? Is it because you want to be able to donate to a local nonprofit in your area? Is it because you want to be able to help less fortunate families in your area? Why do you want more money? Because when I think about the reasons that I want to build an income, it's to do the greater good. It's to serve and give to those in abundance who are around me. So that's not a bad thing, okay? None of us are here for just to be greedy and to make more money. All of us are here because we want to serve those around us, and we want to be able to do something bigger in life, to make a change and fulfill a mission. Okay, so we have to remember that is worth fighting for. Okay, so make a schedule just like you are going to work. You don't have a boss because you are your boss. So you have to set your hours and you have to hold yourself accountable to them. Okay, you have to think, if I were my boss, because you are, what you did for the day, would you hire or fire yourself at the end of each day? And there's going to be days that you'll say, I could have done more. Okay, we can't all be on our A game all the time. That's okay. I had that day on Friday. I did the bare minimum, and because we had to homeschool and it was Friday and I needed to work, I did the bare minimum and I unplugged because it was my baby's birthday. And we spent the entire day with him. Yesterday, I did the bare minimum because we still were celebrating him and having family time and doing fun things for his weekend. Today, guess what I did? I hustled my ass off. Okay, I had focus time and I worked hard. It's okay to do that. We all need that time, but you have to start creating that discipline within your week, 5 to 6 days a week. Okay, so carve out that time. If we want this to grow like a business, we have to treat it like a business. I'm going to say one more thing and then I won't move on because I don't want to just keep going over it. But we all invested anywhere from $140-ish to $250 to get started as a coach. And we want to grow this, and many of us want this to become our full-time career and to retire us from our full-time job and to create some financial stability for our families. So if you're looking at $50,000, $100,000, but you invested $150 to $200, it's super easy to not show up because there's not much skin in the game, right? But if we think about like a franchise that brings in more money, brings in that full-time salary that many of us are looking for and going after, you have to invest 6 figures for a business like that. If you had invested 6 figures into this business, would you be treating it differently than you are right now because of what your initial investment was? Probably yes, right? Believe in yourself enough to know that you can make this business work, that you have value and a story to share with others to be inspiring and change their lives. And with that, you can create a massive, massive income for you and your family to create abundance and serve those around you. Okay, so we're going to set our work hours. So I would love for you, before we get to the very end, for you to share when you are going to, are you going to wake up a half an hour earlier and do a power pocket? When are you going to work your business? Okay. The second thing I want to talk about is, what are we inviting to? We all know that inviting both publicly through posts and inviting in a one-on-one conversation is how we grow our business, right? That's how we build that relationship with those around us, to help empower them and to let them know that we believe in them, that we see something in them. It's not about us. It's about the fact that we are seeing something in them and we are planting that seed of belief that they can do what we're doing too, right? That's what an invite is. So what are you inviting to? Are you inviting to a challenge group? Are you inviting to the coaching opportunity? Are you inviting to both? Okay, so if you're inviting to a challenge group, when does that challenge group start? Do you have a start date? Because if you don't have a start date, then it's just you're inviting to nothing, right? There's no real sense of urgency. There's no reason for you to show up and invite. When are you looking to fill your challenge group? We have the wellness studio that's running, you guys, and that group, you can add anybody to that group at any time. So I'm going to say our April challenge group, and on April 6th, we are really going to dive in. So I'm pushing really hard to invite to that now, okay? But you can really pick any Monday, because in the unit section, there's the getting started right, and it has all the information on prep week and how to get started, how to use BOD, where to find all of the links, how to set up your meal plan. Everything is laid out in that unit so that if somebody comes in on a Tuesday, you can guide them through that getting started right unit and then have them start the following Monday. So that's what I like to do, is whenever they join, use that initial week for their package to come, to go over some meal plan things with them, help get them started. Some people want to jump right in with the workouts. That's totally fine. But I really encourage them to take the steps of going through the meal plan, looking things over in BOD, getting familiar with them, picking out their personal development, and really finding a routine that works for them so that the following Monday they can go all in. Okay? But think in your mind, when are you starting your challenge group? So when someone asks, you can tell them, okay? So know what you're inviting to, and knowing what you're inviting to leads to the next topic, which is content. It allows you to know what you want to talk about in your post, because you're breadcrumbing up to the invite. So if you're focusing on challenge groups this week and helping 3 people, or whatever your goal is, 3 people to get started in a challenge group and start working towards their own wellness goals, then you're going to talk about the things that have changed for you and your transformation, and not just physically, but what has changed for you with community and your nutrition and how you feel. Is your energy better? Are you different as a person? All of those count as your transformation. And really now more than ever, we need to be focusing on the community aspect of things, the overall wellness that we provide, and the mindset. You guys, it's scary with especially the weather that we're having here in Ohio, how gloomy it is. You can't get out of your house. You literally can't go anywhere. How scary that is for some people. My really good friend, Melissa, is a recovering alcoholic and has not had anything to drink in over 3 years. And this is really scary for her because she's stuck at home with 2 young children. She's homeschooling one. The other one is a toddler. And it's a stressful time of year for her anyway, because it's darker. It's, the sun isn't shining a lot. She's in Pennsylvania, so it's very similar weather to what we're having in Ohio. And she made a very vulnerable post the other day that it is hard. It is hard for a lot of people right now. So know that you don't have to be this super chipper, happy person all the time, but what are you doing to make it a little bit better? What are the steps that you're taking every day to lighten that load just a little bit? Because just a morning devotional could be a lifesaver for someone. And it takes all of 3 minutes to read each day. But it's not something that somebody in that space is going to think to do. Okay? So sharing valuable posts on what you're doing to manage right now is going to be so helpful. So I just wrote out the days of the week and just some ideas that you can use. You don't have to use these, but just some ideas that you could put out there. So Monday, I talked about, or you could talk about weekly progress or your focus for the upcoming week. Okay. And again, it does not have to be just physical. Okay. I think that as coaches, and I'm very guilty myself of getting stuck in that pattern, right? Because you see the physical, right? You can't always see the internal, but the internal is so important as well. So Monday could be weekly progress, or what are you going to focus on this week? What is one thing you maybe want to dial in a little bit more, or maybe you want to get back to meditation in the morning, or you want to start meditating in the morning, or you want to be consistent with journaling. Like, what do you want to do for the week? What is your focus for the week? Tuesday, how has a virtual gym or our community helped you? What have you seen change in your life since being a part of Beachbody? Now, don't say Beachbody, but just talk about your wellness community and your friends, your girls, the people that you work out with, or the people that you get to jump on team calls with and have Zoom and see other ladies' faces other than just your children and your husband or whatever. Like, talk about those things, okay? So how has life changed, and how has having this community and this support helped you? Wednesday could be a wild card, so you can make it whatever you want. It could be a wellness tip, it could be a recipe, or it could be something based on family. What are you doing right now to occupy your time? I will probably be making a post about the doors that I am now painting that I've been dreading doing for 5 years. And now I'm like, okay, I started, I can't stop. So what are the things that you're doing to like occupy your brain, keep you busy, and maybe get some things done that you've been wanting to get done for a long time? Thursday, how are you coping? Gratitude mindset. So Thursday is notorious for being Thankful Thursday, right? At least in our realm of life. So maybe spin that a little bit. What are some things that you're doing to cope with a situation? Okay. Are you reading a morning devotional? What personal development book are you reading? Maybe share a little quote or something that really moved you that you read that day. And just kind of sharing your feelings and your thoughts about that. Friday, a fun, uplifting post, just something silly. There's so many things that you can spin off of that, but just make it light. Fridays are usually light for everybody, and we just want that kind of humor back in our life, right? Saturday, I just put a wild card again. It could be family-based. It could be maybe a project you're doing. It could be how you're grocery shopping or managing nutrition and food in your household right now. It could be really anything. How are you coping with not seeing your family or being able to visit friends? Different things like that, okay? And then Sunday, I have a challenge group call to action. So again, sharing how the community or having your in-home workouts is really helping you through this time, and then inviting others to join you. These posts don't always get a lot of likes and comments, okay? So if you hear crickets, like I had 1 like on mine that I made tonight so far, and the last time I checked it. But you guys, we still have to show up and make those posts, because there are people who see them who don't like or comment, who are following us. And if we just stop showing up, then we're inconsistent, and they're not going to join with us because they want somebody who's showing up consistently. Okay, so don't let the number of likes or comments discourage you or encourage you, because it's just algorithms on social media can be so up and down and all over the place. Don't let that determine your post. Share your heart, share where you're coming from, and simply invite others to join you, okay? And for those who do like and comment, or maybe inbox you, have those conversations with those people. But just know that even my friend Meg, who is a 7-figure earner in this business, when she has a post about one of her kids, it gets hundreds, like 400 to 500 likes and several comments. When she makes a coaching opportunity hook, she gets maybe 40 likes, which to us 40 is a lot. But to her, it's not, especially if you look at the volume of likes and comments that she gets on the majority of her posts. And she makes 7 figures a year, you guys. So it's not just you, it's not just me. It's across the board, because nobody wants to engage on those posts. but they want to hear them. They want to be inspired. They want to know that there's something else out there than the hamster wheel and running the rat race. Okay. Or they want to know that there's something out there besides fad diets and feeling crummy. Okay. So just know that it might be a quiet post, but that's okay. You're still showing up. Okay. So that's that. And then I would love to know what your focus for the week is. I would love to know personal and business. Okay. Pick one thing for each of them to really focus on. Do you need to drink more water this week? Do you need to dial in nutrition a little bit? Less snacking? Do you need to eat dinner and then be done and not have an evening snack? Like, what do we need to do? Do we need to push play in our workouts? Maybe nutrition is good, but we haven't been working out. What do we need to focus on? Personal. And then business wise, what does that look like for you? Are you setting business hours and showing up for at least 15 minutes of a power pocket this week? Maybe you're going to be lean into the group a bit more and participate in our team page. You guys, I might be the creator of Team Living Healthy and Fit, but I am not the only person that is a part of that family. All of us are. We are all equal parts. So just because I'm in there posting doesn't mean that you can't come in and post or comment or maybe share something that's working for you or share an empowering quote that you found that really hit you and you wanted to share it with your teammates. Like, let's link together. Like, let's support one another on this journey. Okay? It's so much more fun when we're all linking together and we're all leaning in and we're all friends. It doesn't have to just be me friends with Michelle, me friends with Dawn, and me friends with Lexi. Like, we should all be friends together. And that is my mission, is to really create this team camaraderie where we can all lean on each other and know that if Lexi's having a problem or she just needs a pick-me-up, that she can message Dawn and just be like, hey girl, like, I just need to know that I'm not totally insane and that I am doing the right thing or whatever, because we all have those moments, right? And we all need to have that love and support. And that's what this community is. This isn't to just kind of keep to ourselves. And I will also say this, that we can't always expect everyone to come to us, right? To be a team player, we have to be an equal part and we have to connect with the other players on the team just as much as we want them to come to us. Okay, so if you're wanting the team to message you and see how you're doing, or maybe like and love or comment on your posts, are you doing the same for your teammates? Are you leaning in? Are you seeking out their posts to give them some love and encouragement? Because if we all do that for someone else, I promise that the payback is going to come back. Does that make sense? Where we can all help one another out and love on each other a little bit more. Yeah. Okay, cool. I'm going to look at the comments here really quick, maybe, if it'll let me. I don't think there are any yet. If you can put in there for me when you plan on working your business hours this week, non-negotiable business hours, and then also what your personal focus for this week is going to be and what your business focus is going to be. And I will also type mine. I can't type. Okay. So I put mine. So Dawn, she's going to work her business at 7 a.m. and do a 15-minute power pocket. Awesome. Would love to know on Thursday how that's going for you. And you could pick any of them. They're all in there. There's, I don't know what, like 10 or 12 of them in there that you can pick from and just follow along. Or you can just write them down and do it yourself. Okay. And then your personal goal is to do PD and work out 5 days. Business goal is to post on IG, not just my stories. Awesome. That is awesome. Michelle is going to work in the morning before I work out, then again before bed, but the morning will be my main focus. Okay. Do you have a time, a specific time? Like, are you going to wake up before Macy gets up, or what is that going to look like? The more specific we can be, the more accountable we can be. My goal, I'll just read them. I will work, so this is my normal routine from 6:30 to 7:30 a.m. We do the virtual gym till 6:30. I work then till 7:30, and then I will work again from 3:15 to 4:30, and then I wrap up my day from 8:30 to 9. I usually can fit in a couple little snippets here and there, but that's the main focus of my days. My personal goal is to dial in nutrition because with chocolate and a birthday party this weekend, I got a little off track. And my business goal is to help 3 more ladies before the 31st and continue to be consistent with inviting, but I need to get back to my 10 to 20 per day. I've gotten a little off track with that. Lexi is going to work 1 hour as soon as I shower from my morning workout. Personal focus on nutrition. When Dad asks what we should get for dinner, suggest a healthy option like Subway. Business is to dive into the team page more and keep reading and listening to my books. Perfect. Those are awesome. What I would say, Lexi, is to also be more specific on time with your business hours. Like, set a time for when you're going to work out, when you are going to shower, and then when you are going to dive into your day. Okay. Michelle is going to focus on not snacking so much throughout the day. This week was bad. Business focus is being consistent with daily posts and keep engaging on others' posts. Lexi says shake at 8 a.m., workout at 9, shower, sit down to work at 10:30. Perfect. Wake up early before Macy this week. I wake up at 7, work for about 45 minutes and then an hour to an hour and then work out. Perfect. Those are very specific. So write them in your calendar or put them on your Google Calendar so that you get an alert on your phone. I literally get an alert that tells me you need to wrap up your day at 8 o'clock because from 8:30 to 9, it's my evening post and it's wrapping up my day. Likewise, from 4:30 until that alarm goes off is be unplugged. Okay. So block that time out. I know Michelle was on the call last week or the week before where we talked about that. Literally block out your day and schedule it. That is going to create routine and discipline within your day and not just be like, oh, I'll get to it, or kind of have like an idea of when you're going to sit down and do it, but not be very specific about it. Okay. Awesome. Do you girls have any other questions? No? Okay. I do want to take a picture because I love that all of you beautiful ladies are on this call tonight. I'm going to, I want to close out I don't want the chat there. Go away. There it is. Okay. I'm like, I don't want all of our personal stuff in the picture. All right. You want to do a boomerang? Let's do something silly to be light. Oh, by the way, did anybody see the Mel Robbins post today? I shared it. 8th day of self-isolation, and it's like Vegas in my house. We're losing money by the minute. Cocktails are acceptable at any hour, and nobody knows what time it is. I'm like, that's so perfect. All right, let's do a boomerang. All right, ready? 1, 2, 3. Love it. All right, you rock stars, have a great week ahead. If you have any questions, feel free to either put them in the team page or text me or message me or whatever. I am here to love and support you. I'm here to give you guidance. I just want you girls to meet me halfway, okay? show up and follow through with the goals you set for yourself this week. Okay. Show yourself that you can do it, because I already know that you can. Okay. But you have to know that you can. And that's going to happen by you following through with the goals that you set for yourself this week. Okay. All right. I love you all. Have a great rest of your evening. I will talk to you later.